Hello and welcome to the Power Up Talk Show, a talk show where we bring together community leaders and inspirational people that are making a difference in our world. I am Sandy Spady, your host, and before I introduce my amazing, lovely guest, we like to have a little fun with Dion Bass with Dion Bass Songbird Cocktails. Dion, what's cooking over there?
Good morning, Sandy. Thanks for having me on the show. Today, I'm going to be doing something a little bit lighter, a little bit more refreshing, and something that, let's say you're looking to have a cocktail, but you don't want to have alcohol. I'm going to be doing what I like to call our lavender tea soda. You can find these at Proofs 192 and in Midtown. So we're going to get started with a little bit of lavender syrup. All right. Our next ingredient's going to be some lemon juice. Lemon juice adds our acidity, of course, while the lavender tea syrup adds a little bit of sweetness and some herbaceousness, or, floralness. Now, here's where things get interesting. We can do this as a mocktail with Sand Hills elixirs. Now, these are made right here in Nebraska, so they are wonderful and they are completely and totally non-alcoholic. Or we can use a nice gin like a Roku and make them for the party. But no matter what you use, it always ends the same way, with a nice little shake. Lovely. We top those with a little bit of fever tree.
Did you say beaver tree?
Fever tree.
Oh, interesting.
And they are ready to go. Oh, you know what I didn't notice? What I didn't mention is on the rim of each glass, I have a little bit of Buzz Blossom sparkles. So this is a completely edible Buzz Blossom. It used to be called the toothpick plant back in the day, and it will absolutely blow your mind with flavor. Ladies, enjoy the show.
Thank you, Dion.
Anytime.
All right, here we go, Sasha. Let's
love
take
it.
a little
Yum.
mocktail cocktail. Oh, we could just go like this and
I
look at
know.
the sparkles. Oh
This
my gosh.
not only is it incredibly good, but it really truly has glitter,
We
like sparkles on the outside of the cup. What a treat.
It's such a treat. And actually, Dion Bass is going to have a signature cocktail. We thought maybe this could be it for the Win with Voices VIP night. Just a little teaser. All right, my guest. Okay, all right. Sasha, Patricia.
Yes.
Gosh, let me count the ways. She is the founder of Project Intentional, Lit Women's Group. She's a public speaker. She's a mother, and she is a rock star friend. So, all right, Missy, first of all, she taught me something really cool.
Everyone
Let's
must
share it
must
with the
learn
world.
this. Sandy's
Yes.
gonna now teach everyone the same
Oh,
thing.
you're a teacher. I'm just a follower.
Okay. This was brought to my attention by my cute little second grade teacher sister. Okay. And she does this. Okay. It's just a little heart with your little fingers. Yep. So the way I like to tell people is like you take a pinch and whatever that's right there, you guys. It's a little heart. So in all the pictures, if you see Sandy doing this, instead of having to do both your hands where your heart or big heart, you can just do this, and now you're just double love. So
You heard
little
it here
hearts.
on the Power Up Talk Show. Yes, you did.
Yep.
And why? What makes it cool again? I thought that was cool.
Yeah, so this is actually from Korea. That's where it originated from. And it's from all the K-pop artists do it. So if you go on YouTube or if you look up K-pop, you'll see a lot of little kissy faces and little hearts. So that's where it originated from.
I love it. And we're bringing it to Omaha.
Yes.
Okay. All
We're
right.
bringing a lot of things to Omaha.
Oh,
Sandy.
you are too. You are. Okay.
Yep.
We're sisters in crime.
Yep.
Absolutely. All right. Since you've been on my talk show, I think it's been 2 years.
2 years.
Yeah. What's
so
happening?
So much
Just
has
share.
morphed. I know.
Let's catch
so much
up.
has morphed and changed. So I think the first thing that I want to call out is that on July 29th of last year, I got an email that shook me to my core that one of my closest buddies had died by suicide.
Wow.
And in that moment, I realized I would never see him again. And I also just asked myself, like, what am I doing? Like with everything, what am I doing? Like, I have to step back from everything. I need to figure out who I am. I'm shook. Like a part of me, that gym version of myself, he was my 4:30 gym buddy. Wow. He was the guy, the reason that I went to that class, the reason that I went to that gym, and it would never be the same for me. And so I pulled away from Project Intentional and I pulled away from Lit. I pulled away from every extracurricular that I had. You weren't going to find me doing anything for anyone. Service was not in my vocabulary, and I went into hibernation. No one saw me like for a very long time. And then fast forward to April of this year, I gained the courage to become fearless, and I clipped and hung up my corporate wings. And I decided that through all of this and through David's story, that I really wanted to spend my time and my energy doing the things that God put me on this earth to do, and that is to be in community and to serve. And so I took back up Project Intentional, running full speed ahead, for the first time ever. I'm actually doing that. That is my employment, and just finding ways to serve this city. And I owe all of it, to David. And a lot of it was that pause. I needed that pause and that intentional break to just figure out what was truly in alignment with who I am. And the reason why I gave myself that permission slip was from Simone Biles. She's the GOAT of Olympics. She is she won all the gold medals, but she took a break. She was in the middle of the Olympics, the last round, and she got the dizzies, or the whatever they call them, the spinnies. And she took herself out in the middle of the spotlight, in the middle of the Olympics. She said, I am not a service. I cannot effectively help this team, so I'm taking a pause. And I took that mindset into it when I call it almost a sabbatical in reverence to David. And I said, I'm not doing this. I need to just take a step back. I'm not of service to anyone at this time. I'm running 40 hours a week doing corporate America. I'm doing nonprofit stuff at the time, with all my children and all of this and all of that. So that pause gave me so much space and time to truly ask myself what was important. And what came out of that, Sandy, is more than I can even put into words. I'm thankful for it. And I know now that I really, really, really was meant to serve alongside excellent leaders like you in Omaha. And that's what I want to do.
She's a leader. Let's just throw that out there. But we don't set out for that.
No.
Like, we don't set out. When you started Lit, I started Win with Voices, you started Project Intentional. We had no agenda.
And there still isn't. That's
not.
the thing.
That's what's beautiful about it.
And that's why I genuinely believe that we were both planted in Omaha.
Yeah.
Like, you're not in California. You could be.
Yeah.
And I'm not in Texas. I could be. But we're not. All these incredible and strong women, fearless leaders are here.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's very powerful.
And I love that you just gave an okay to all the audience out there, because I'm thinking about that for 2026, actually, because you can't get everything done or do it justice if you don't know what God's calling you to do, right?
Exactly.
So I love that you just gave the audience permission to pause.
Yeah, man.
Because a tragedy like that, I get that. When my brother committed suicide, at 28 years old. I was 27, and I quit my career at the time and went to a whole different pivot.
Yeah.
And it's funny how you realize that when something's lost, what you need to look at your life to gain, because we give so much. Women give so much. We give so much to everything, and I find it very humble and like amazing that you found that, because some people don't, and that you did it, right? And then the corporate job, I remember when we talked and we had coffee and you said you were leaving your corporate job, and you know, you leave security, you leave benefits, you leave a lot, but knowing that that's a chapter that's now over, right? Because you realize it's not really what it's meant to be.
No.
And God calls you to bigger things.
And I still, even on the way drive, like down here, that's one thing that I'm so excited about is like all the things that we even sat down at coffee, like the future, to see that now that I have genuinely taken the risk and I'm saying I'm all in, I'm doing this. And when you do that, opportunities, giving up what was taking up that space only opens up time and space for the opportunities that are coming, you know. And so I just look forward to all the
I
things
don't know
that are.
what we're about to, who knows? We'll just do whatever, you know, God sets our
We're just a
paths.
vessel.
Yeah,
We're just a vessel.
Tell us a little bit about the changes.
Yeah.
You know, because Project Intentional,
you're
it
right.
started with, you know, was it Christmas?
Yep.
Or was it,
It
Christmas?
was like the
and
holiday season.
Yeah.
And yeah, so because of the pause, it was so needed. And it has created the opportunity for us to intentionally pivot, but like not all the way, but just like enough that it makes sense, right? So before, we had a holiday store and it was called the Winter Wonderland Emporium Holiday Store. That's too long. It's beautiful, it's wonderful, it's huge, great, but like, no. Okay.
It was big,
It was
yeah.
it was an old,
It was
a
beautiful,
very,
but it was
yeah,
a lot.
It was a lot, and we're still doing a lot.
Yes,
But the name
absolutely.
was, so we took a step back from that and we renamed it. So now it's called the Love Can Store. Yes. So instead of the Winter Wonderland Emporium Holiday Store, you'll just see the Love Can Store. It'll be on November 2nd. It's a Sunday this year at Baxter Arena. We are sponsoring 345 families. Broken that down is 513 adults, 950 children that we are loving on. We have over 50 vendors or nonprofit booths, professional resources, personal resources, and then the booths that we are still providing are sock booths, hygiene booth. We are also doing coats, thanks to Max Eye Walkers. They're providing coats for it. Free Bikes for Kids is providing bikes. And then lastly, this is where that pause and all of those intentional pivots come into play. You can focus on 99, positive reviews, but if you get one negative, you're still going to focus on that one negative. So while I was out, because in the years past, we have asked everyone to go around to the vendors before they could shop at the toy store. And I was the one selecting the toys. So the one negative feedback, and it's not negative, but I wanted to really be intentional when we came back. And it said that was a lot of work for a Nerf gun and a Barbie. And I was like, excuse you? That was a lot of work for you? Okay, thank you. But I sat back in that time and I asked God, and I said, here's our mission statement. It is to intentionally restore dignity in women and families, one project at a time. What does that mean? How is it this one Nerf gun and Barbie? Where's my disconnect? Like, what's going on here? And he said, Sasha, how do you restore dignity? And I said, exactly. Tell me, how do we restore dignity? Tell me.
Yeah.
And he goes, yeah, no, how do you? So I sat with it long enough and it dawned on me. The way to restore dignity is to trust people. It's just to trust people. So this year, and our beautiful families don't know this yet, but they are each receiving a check for $150. Nice. Where we are trusting and we are restoring dignity, that they will take these funds and do what they need to do to make sure that this holiday season is the best holiday season that they've ever had. Nice. And so I think this is really going to be and drive a huge ripple in our city, in our community, not only because, now we are trusting people, but additionally on the backside of things, when I was ordering things, I was taking the money, and yes, it all stayed in Omaha, but I was purchasing things from Amazon, Target, Walmart. So is the money really staying here? No, it's not. It's going back to the problem. It's going to the big box stores, right?
Yeah.
Then additionally, the carbon footprint just broke my heart. Amazon would bring it to my home. I'd take it from my home to storage to Baxter. We would unbox it. And then next thing you know, I had 5 feet piles of cardboard. And now I'm putting that in my city's landfill. So am I creating, or am I creating a solution, or am I creating a problem? So now I'm creating an actual economic opportunity within our city with, $50,000 that is getting deposited into our banks, and we are trusting our families to do what they need to do to have a good holiday season. And so there's just a lot of little things that have been intentionally done. Like before, we were doing the event in December. Now we're doing it in November so that we can get coats out there before it gets cold.
Yeah.
And so they're just little things, but they're all done intentionally. And it's just been so beautiful to watch everything unfold.
I think it's integrity through trust. I think it's beautiful because you're right. You're giving integrity back to these families, saying, I trust you to do what's right. And that in itself, I mean, that's beautiful. I mean, I trust you. They're not getting that. Maybe no one's
Who's getting
them.
that? But
Yeah.
how often are you getting, or like
Yes.
even us?
Yeah.
And so I think that's the first part of it, is to really break it down, hold their hand and say, I see you
Yeah.
and I trust you.
I think that is spot on. God's so good when we listen. We have to slow down, like whoop, and then listen. And he does talk to you. People are like, how does he talk? He just does.
Yeah.
And it's beautiful. And I think you're going on a really good track with that. And what's the date again for our audience?
So the event this year will be on November 2nd. It is on a Sunday. We are not open to the public. We have selected 345 families. We had over 640 people apply. So it was, and ways that you can help with that sector of my life is just continuing to support monetarily and pray for us that, we continue forging the path for what restoring dignity looks like in our city.
I think that's great. Are you still taking applications for next year? Like how does that application process work?
Applications will open up in September next year. And so, and applications purely will depend, the number of people that we love on next year will purely depend on how much money we raise.
Yeah.
And so that's the caveat, right?
Very true. All righty. And do you still need volunteers that day?
Well, of course, we have our Women with Voices booth.
We sure
We
I
have,
love girls.
but
I mean, there's that. We come. But
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a lot.
it does.
Of people.
But because there's not a toy store, it's going to be a lot easier to manage. So we won't need as many volunteers as we had last year.
Yeah. Nice. Okay, we'll just post it in our private Facebook.
I know,
group and
we
show up
sure
with our
will.
little T-shirts.
And
I
that's
love
how it works. That's why I
Yes.
love our community.
I really think it's really intentional too how you bring in the nonprofits. For instance, we have at Women with Voices has an October event on mental awareness, suicide prevention, and cancer. And so we're bringing in speakers to share, but we also have the American Cancer Society is going to be there. We have the Kim Foundation. You can help, but if you don't have the resources to grow, right? So I think that's beautiful, and I love how there's so many great nonprofits in Omaha that really can come out and share that information.
And that's the thing that I love also, is that no one is like fighting over territory, because we all are uniquely in our own field house, in our own lane, doing our own thing. And so when we all come together like this and highlight one another, we only become more powerful.
Very powerful. And I love, like, for instance, our mutual friend that introduced us, Shelly Hood, insurance company. She has, I know, a booth there, and she talks about the power, I'm sure, about insurance and life insurance and everything like that. But you have every avenue filled with what they would need to be successful, or just inclined to education.
It's definitely an event where I hope people come and they change their life. That is what I ultimately want, is people to have hope, because it's very easy to lose hope.
Yeah. Hope is it's a grace from God. Yes. How do you tell the audience out there to make that final decision? Obviously, you had a friend that committed suicide, but if you have someone out there, there's two things. If they have a passion that they're being called to for a nonprofit, where do you begin?
Yeah.
And then the other one is, how do you take that step to leave corporate cushy job?
Yeah.
Right?
So I actually had someone ask me this yesterday. They wanted to start a nonprofit. And my first suggestion when it comes to nonprofits is do your due diligence and research. Research, research, research. Is there someone out there that's already doing this? If yes, then please support them instead of recreating the wheel.
Nice.
There are a lot of nonprofits out there. There are so many fabulous ones. And if they're already doing it, then figure out a way to embed yourself in that community and help support it, because you'll probably go a lot further helping them than trying to start it from scratch. And if there's not, then it is some, you have to get your paperwork in line and then your bank account and things like that. I always suggest, if you really are going to dive into it, to also get a very good CPA, because that's going to be like your lifeline. But besides that, you don't need a nonprofit to serve.
Yeah. I mean,
So if there's something that you have a calling to do and you don't know how to legally do it, you don't have to. You were given that calling for a reason. So, for example, this past week, we cleaned up the Sienna Francis area because I was taking in hygiene products over there and the place was just littered. So, we called together a bunch of volunteers and we cleaned up the area, and it wasn't even ran through a nonprofit. It was just community come together to serve. So if there's something like that where if you don't know how to start, just start.
Women with Voices, I just started it.
You just
right?
start.
It's not a nonprofit. It's not for a profit. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
That's all I get the energy for right now.
Exactly.
And I don't know where it's going.
Exactly.
Like, wherever it goes. But I still, when they keep showing
It's
up,
a vessel.
I'm gonna keep having
Exactly,
it.
exactly.
So I love that, because I love community like you love community.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell people, just start something. Where's your heart? Where's your passion? And just start it. A nonprofit needs your help. They need to be more, anything from helping them physically to financially to socially, right? Just give them love. But unless you do it, who's going to do it? Do what you want to do, because there's enough to do in our community.
There really is.
And you get so much back more. You don't do it to do it for a reason.
Correct.
You do it because it's your heart.
Amen.
But it's funny how things just ripply affect and work out, and you get so much back more, in your heart.
Yeah, it's a part of human fundamental. I feel like I bring this up every time, but we are pack animals. Humans are pack animals. So fundamentally, we need community. It's how we were created. It's how we survive. If you take away all the construct that you see out there, we would still pack together, because that's how we were created. So number one, you must find your community. And then number two, to take it even further within that community, find a way to serve. And then you really are fulfilling your own fundamentals.
I mean, it's so... my entire life, by the grace of God, I've been in love with the nonprofits and just volunteering, being a chamber cheerleader to business to a woman cheerleader now. All of us have a calling, but sometimes you're so busy you don't realize what it is. But take the time to breathe, take a break, take a pause. And you're going to find something that's going to fill it up.
100%.
When you're feeling everything's overwhelmed, I have so much anxiety, I'm like, go volunteer. You're going to see different eyes, different lens.
100%.
All right, what else is going on in your life?
So I am trying to figure out how we can clean up Omaha.
Love that.
So that's kind of a project that I'm going to start figuring out a responsible way to help with the debris that's out here, and finding different companies to help champion on that project, because I have the time now, and so I need to figure out ways to fill that time the way that I want to spend and fill that time. And then, doing things like helping support you, Women with Voices. Those are the things that I have been really called and drawn to. And so those are the things that I'm taking up and I'm saying yes to. And I'm so excited for the summit, because it's 250 of the great women.
So last
from
year was 350.
This year it will be.
And that's our cap. Yeah, what's so amazing is that we bring people like you.
Yeah.
And we bring people that have done all different,
Everything.
all walks of life. But we don't talk about what we do. We talk about how we got there. Right. And so this year, our theme, at first, people are like, what? Fearless future? I'm like, yes, we all have fear. It's not like, ooh, I'm so strong, I'm fearless. No, we are all weak. We're weak and we have fears, but we're going to share in the audience with our panel. You're going to be a leadership panel, entrepreneurship panel, breakout speakers, Felicia. We're going to be honest and humble, and we're going to share those journeys.
I know.
And so that's what inspires, I think, that day, is that people leave like they're okay. They're going to be okay.
And just bringing everyone in.
Yeah.
Like, I can't wait to see this. 350 of our closest people.
Yeah, they're going to be
It's
our
beautiful.
people, our women. Yes. So that's January 24th. If you're like, when is it? It's January 24th. It's at the Zinnia Event Center. It's beautiful. Allison Bring is the director there. She is wonderful.
She's great.
And this year we're going to do something fun, a VIP night. And we have just, you want to meet the speakers. Like, they're so busy. These women are busy, right? And so sometimes you want to meet them. And so we have a little fun, cocktail happy hour.
I know. He said
and
he might even do
mocktails.
these.
Yeah, do a
He
mocktail
might do
too.
this
They're
little-
so pretty with the
Yeah.
sunshine glitter. We love that. And then we're going to have a perfume bar too. So it's going to be fun.
That's awesome.
Who doesn't like perfumes?
I love perfume, and I am interested to find out more if they go by like your natural
it's a whole
scent.
scent.
And it's a
It's
whole
something.
process.
It's a process.
Because your DNA can actually.
change it.
Uh-huh.
I know. So that's kind of fun. We're going to try
Very
it this
fun.
year. See what happens. That's a VIP night. But right now they're on sale with early bird pricing.
Yeah.
And it's just a great day. January is a tough month. But what I want to do for Project Intentional is either bring like socks.
Yep.
Like, what do you suggest? I want to have
think,
a box.
Yeah, I think we're gonna do socks this year.
Yeah, I think socks are great.
I think socks is going to be our biggest impact. What blows my mind is that we give all these different resources and things, and then the thing that hits the moms is the socks.
I love socks. Like, I'm addicted. I love it.
cry.
Yeah,
They
because
bawl.
they want to have
Yeah.
their
And
kiddos.
they say these are the only packs of socks that we get all year, and it's just so socks are
So we're bringing socks,
bringing
ladies. Don't
socks.
show up without socks. You might
No.
have to go to Walmart.
correct.
Because we're bringing a
Wait,
box with socks.
I need your socks.
Yeah, we want the cozy ones.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're almost done. We could talk forever.
And ever.
How can people reach you? What can they do to help you?
So my personal is Sasha Patricia on Instagram and on LinkedIn or on Facebook. And then to follow the nonprofit, please feel free to visit Project Intentional, and that's on all of social media. And then it's just projectintentional.com for
Nice.
the website.
Awesome. Well, thank
Yeah.
you for being a guest.
Thank
again.
you.
I love
Thank you.
her.
I know.
All right, everyone. Just if you need a pause, take it.
Yes.
If you want to go volunteer, do it. You don't need an agenda. You just show up.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone has something to share. Just share your time, your talent, your treasures. But thank you today, and everyone just go make it your day. Nice.